I think we spend so much of our lives being afraid of death. And I think movement is a sort of instinct to further yourself from death. At least for me, like, when I find stillness, things sort of open up. I feel that on a really deep level when I go to the wetlands, I go to the bog. Okay, Julie, do you want to push on the back?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Grab the
This?
bar and actually just push into it as we go down.
Yeah. Do you want me to kind of like hold so you don't
Yeah,
go too fast? Okay, I'm kind of like providing some resistance. I've got a good handle.
Been feeling kind of gross about my body this last week. And I think it's kind of wrapped up in the pain, but it's also wrapped up in like some body relationship stuff. When I had my injury, I was shoved up against my mortality in a really intense way because I lost the ability to move so much of my body. My body is still. But when things are still, they decompose, they die, and then life comes. Life begins in the stillness. When we want to make things accessible, like bogs, we do have to kind of invade them and make our presence known. You have to like make a little path for wheelchairs. But I was thinking here, I was like looking at the dock in front of us, like I don't think the bog really cares that much because it's just eating this thing. I mean, that's what bogs do. They eat, right? They take the decay and they build it up within themselves. The longer I sit here, the closer I become to the bog. It's almost like I'm turning green. My legs are sinking into the peat and the moss. If I don't move, the moss will grow on me. Feels like it already has. Feels like if I sat here long enough, I'd just dissolve into it, become a part of it. The deer could step on me and the frogs could croak and I could croak with them. It's this sort of awakening. When you accept that death is part of this world, it's part of the way of our lives, you can slow down, you can be still and realize that death isn't the end, it's actually where the end and the beginning collide. When you see something, you stop and you stare. a thing has shown itself to you. It's kind of surprising, but Smarmy does a lot of the eating, and the chomping and the chewing. But Smarmy's so old, and you'd expect her to be the one who's still and the one who's kind of watching and observing, but she's actually the one who's eating, consuming, killing. You'd expect Bolo would be the one who's eating, because Bolo's crazy. Bolo is so unpredictable. There's so much motion in Bolo, but Bolo is actually sort of in charge of the slowness of it all, the stillness. There's so much space in stillness. That's where the movement is, that's where the life is. So Bolo is sort of emulating what is possible. Bolo's so loud compared to everybody else. And then Kogog is kind of the meat of it all. Kogog is essentially being eaten by Smarmy, and then is the one that Bolo is dancing on top of and running all over and banging into Kogog. But Kogog is sort of a stone. The blood, the iron that pumps. I try to say hi sometimes, but you know, you can't ever really choose when you interact with them. And they don't really choose when they interact with you. It's not any certain kind of power over you. You don't have any certain kind of power over them. It just happens when it does. And be thankful that you got to see it. Maybe that's a little bit of the feeling going into the bog and then leaving the bog, is like it takes something with it, takes something from you, and then you feel a little lighter when you leave.
What do you think the bog has taken from you today?
Well, my first thought is I need to empty my pee bag at some point soon, so maybe it'll take some of my pee. Actually leave a little physical part of myself here. I was hoping I'd come here and maybe it would take away a little bit of my pain, but nope. I guess that's mine to deal with.